Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia, and today I'm excited to introduce a brand new game to the channel in the Wandering Village. Now this is actually a pre-release preview of the game, as it is set to release in 2 days time on September 14th in early access. Thankfully, I've been given this pre-release copy to check things out for myself by the developers, and I have to say, I have really enjoyed the game as it reminds me a lot of Frostpunk with a different twist. So let's just hop into the game here on tutorial difficulty or novice to fully showcase the game from the very beginning.
Driven from our homes by the toxic spores, we kept wandering, looking for shelter. But not in our wildest dreams did we imagine what we would find.
So as you can see, the game is called Wandering Village because we're on the back of this ancient mythical beast called an Onbu. And our people, the Naumans, are travelers who is surviving in this sort of toxin-filled planet now. And after finding this beast, we are now creating our village on the back of this creature and trying to survive with it in this symbiotic relationship. And toxins is one of the key factors we have to contend with on Earth now. And the poor creature is exhausted, has gone back to sleep, and it needs nutrient, and we have to take care of it as it's back. The environment here will take care of us. So we'll be playing this on Novice, which is going to give us the full tutorial of the game to showcase everything that the game has. I played this a couple times, not fully, because the game's actually very deep in terms of content. So we'll start exploring things that's new to everyone. Should be quite exciting. And to get things started, we start out with 16 villagers here. You can check out their stats here, whether they're idle or busy, how happy they are. There are resources that will fill up the top left corner. We have berries, which are food we can eat. And then there are wood and stone and water. And our first task is to just check out the tutorial, which is this sort of notebook containing all the gameplay information that's necessary. And you can learn from this if you ever need to call back on some information. And the hotkey for that is G. And we also have the regular control tutorial. We can pause the game with spacebar, which already did. It has 3 different speed. You can go up 2 times, 4 times, and obviously back to 1 time and pause. And then we have different views because right now we're on the back of this giant creature, which looks like a map, right? We have this sort of randomly generated map. It's different every time. This is the foot and the tail. And if we pop out beyond the village view into the Onbu view, you can see that he's currently napping here. And this is sort of the world that we are living in, and we live on its back. And those are the little villagers. And there's also the world view, where the similarities with Frostpunk really crossed my mind, because you can build these outposts and send teams out to explore these different areas of interest that's on the path. And you can also build different structures to influence your creature to take different paths, as we'll have branching path in the future. And we'll walk into different climates with different temperatures, different humidity, which impacts how we collect water since there is no river on the back of this creature. So it's sort of collecting dew. And there's also toxin level. So there's also toxin level for the ground, which is when the beast is sleeping, because we'll be closer to the ground. And there's also toxin level in the air for when the beast is traveling, because we'll be more elevated. It's a very cool system that's going on. You can see that we're currently laying down. The ground toxin is none. We're in a very good biome. And we can pop back in. And the first mission here is provide housing. So there's obviously potential for different tiers of housing. In the beginning, we just have tents. 5 wood houses up to 2 villager. And slight protection from poisonous air. And you can see sort of the grid system. Now the artwork is very cool. So it's sort of a mix between 2D and 3D art that reminds me a lot of pop-up books from the past. Because if you zoom all the way in, it just looks like one of those pop-up books where you open up and all these kind of trees are standing there. Same as the housing, but if you zoom up, it looks kind of 3D. So it's kind of neat. And before we decide where we're going to put down our 6th tent, I'm going to just hover around. You can see there's grass, which we can farm. There's also this dirt where we can grow mushrooms in the future for the beast to eat. We also have to sort of take care of our Onbu. It has a toxin level for it. We have to treat it if it's poisoned, just like if we get poisoned. There is a hunger issue. There's also sleepiness. So when he's not tired anymore, he's got enough sleep, he will stand up and start walking around and will become the Wandering Village. So there's a lot of cool interactions. And with the map being randomly generated every time, there's a lot of replayability as well in terms of how you want to design your city. And all these different resources on the back of the Onbu includes things like a boulder, which you can mine by building a quarry, or little stones that you can just harvest using your characters, same as trees. And then there are these Onbu spikes, which are sort of rocks, but they're considered part of the creature. So if we harvest it, we will reduce his trust of the villagers on his back. So we would most likely want to keep these. And there's also other mechanics like berries. You can just harvest the bush, but it takes forever for it to reproduce back. Or you can build a berry farm or berry gatherer, where they will just slowly harvest all the berry patches around it, as you can see, with different efficiency level depending on how many patches of berry are surrounding it. And that will keep it sustainable. And you can also farm, collect water. There's a lot of cool mechanics. We'll pick out a plot of land and start building our houses first. We have 16 villagers, so we technically need 8 tents, but we only have enough wood for 6. So it's going to slowly introduce us to different mechanics, and I'm going to talk over some of them because I do have some experience with the game. We'll probably just build our houses in a nice little opening, maybe even around these spikes that we're never going to get rid of, because we can fit these kind of around that if we want to. I guess it's kind of a 3x2 and we just want a 2x1 here, so maybe not. Let's just go right here, kind of in between the dirt and the grass, and we'll have a farming area maybe here. That looks like a berry area. Actually, let's pick out a berry area first, just kind of know where we're at. Unfortunately, they're not super efficient here. I got to get rid of that bush, and then we're only looking at about 58%. We'll have to make do, find a food source early on. Anyhow, I think we'll just build houses right here. And you can hold shift to queue up multiple orders. I think I'm just going to keep them in a straight line. No harm, no foul there. And you can see them getting to work. Now, they're going to grab the wood from the pile of resources that we have here, and they're going to just basically dump it over the site and start building. You can also set priorities to tell your workers which one to work on. And you can see that I think 12 workers are going to start moving, 4 idle. So we're going to give them something to do. This is a harvest button, and you basically just select what you want to harvest. So in this case, we need more wood to build those future tents. And we're also going to clear out this area. Now, these tall trees can be harvested for 3 wood each. The little ones will grow over time. If we cut it right now, you get nothing. So we'll just clear some area, let these grow out. And you can also build road, which will speed up movement, which we definitely will. It costs nothing to build, which I really like, because I do like to plan out city design. So we'll do something like that. But we'll also make sure to give these some higher priority so people work on that instead of the road right in the beginning. There we go. And then we just watch our villagers go. And the artwork is just something. It's simple, but it's really beautiful. And you can see the cutting. I guess we set priorities too high, but enough on the houses. We'll be fine. And we're going to harvest those 10 wood and quickly build up our remaining 10 so no one's homeless. I think we're just going to keep this line open for road potential and just build out this way. Should have held down shift. There we go. I like to pause quite a bit when I play games, so bear with us. Let's get rid of those. You can easily grab a bunch of resources like that. And we have to deal with food because we are running, different time. Every day our people need to eat. So we're going to have to probably, I would say, get a berry farm up. And we might just get rid of that bush just to put our berry farm in a more centralized location. It would still miss this little guy here, which really can't be avoided unless we get rid of more, and that's just even worse. So this is a single one that needs to go, and if we want this to go early, we just give it a higher priority. And we'll just draw that line there. Someone's going to go gather that, and that should just go away. And we now want to berry gather to get some stable food source. And as they are standing still, being idle, that's no longer going to be a problem. The resource will be moved away if there's a build water on top of it. I think we build it... The only thing I don't like about this is the road is not going to go through the door, but I guess we can do it through the side, like this. I just like good city planning, so... want roads to everywhere. So you look at all these little stones being picked already. So just queue up orders when you have time, and then if you have something that you really want to do, make sure to just give it higher priority. And we're going to clean up some more space because we now want to farm. So instead of just a berry, we can also build a farm and start planting different food forms. So berries are food form. Farms, I think in the beginning you can have beets. I think we want to farm on this side, actually. So let's get it slightly away from the housing zone. That little tree doesn't have to die just now. Oh, that little Onbu rock is really in its way. What if we go all the way out here? It's kind of far, but I think it's okay. Just to maintain this road. And we'll wait till these trees grow big and strong before we cut them off, just to be efficient here. And once we have a place that, has jobs and workers, you can set how many workers you want here, up to 3 in a berry gather. I think we actually might just use 1. I don't think we need to go all in with berry gathering. I think we can do better with the farm situation here. Now you saw this little dot layout. That's the plot layout where we can farm around the farm building. Man, everyone's kind of bored. We can probably start some other buildings as well. I can't believe they finished all the orders. Oh, they got there fast. Let's get these down. Pop these. Our Onbu should be waking up soon. It's not that sleepy anymore. As we gain resources, we need water to farm as well, so the air wells should be what we want next. We don't want to build it right next to the farming plots, so we're probably going to look over here. We'll define the plots first. So also number worker. These are currently moving towards employment. They'll stand still once they are employed like this. And what we will do is just add some plots over these dots. And that's it until these trees grow up and chop down. We'll just farm these little plots here. It's currently beets. And you can set to planting or harvesting depending on if you desperately need food or not. These are the 2 farmers. They're waiting on water. So these are general workers. They're going to carry the water over, so they're acting as couriers. And then once they have water in the farm, the farmers will be able to farm. Now, our water supply starts out at 80. We're going to need to gather more. So this is what we need. I guess we can do 2 here. And they want us to have 3 workers, right? Let's recruit 1 more. And then the next thing is 2 air wells. Let's do... I guess we are going to connect it all the way up. And then this will be a road in the future too. This will be sort of a housing zone. And once the water should be here, the farmer should be able to start planting here. Moving the rocks to the build site, moving the wood to the build site. Once we have storage buildings, we can just collect them from the storage buildings. But one thing at a time. First, we need a water supply. And here comes the beets. Now there's a lot of cool things with the game. There's a lot of Twitch integrations. You can have like Twitch users name your villagers through chat. Obviously, I'm not a streamer, so that's not really going to impact our gameplay here, but it is just a nice touch that the developers have added. And here's our air well. So we're collecting dew into water. And now we want sort of a storage setup. So there's the material storage, which is 30 of each material type. So right now we only have wood and stone, but there's going to be others. Pantry stores food, so berries and beets, and then water tank stores water. So each of these locations can store up to a certain amount. Once it's full, it's going to stop production. So that's kind of why we need to kind of build these buildings. I also need to give my guys some things to do because I think the resource collection jobs are getting finished really fast. And I just need to give them some more things to do. As we're going to clean out this area as these trees grow. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think the first thing we want to do is actually build the water tank. We can put this probably close to the farm, since that's the place where we'll be drawing the water. It's a 2x4 actually. So these rocks are 2x3. I'm trying to get things nice and even. I can put it just next to the farm. It will eat into some of our plot, which I'm not sure it's going to be a relevant issue or not. I think we just put it next to it. It's basically the building that demands the most water here. But we do lose farmland. Alternatively, this is an 8 setup. We can go right under this. We'll bump into that. That's also a problem. So a 3 width type of building, or 3 height, I guess, type of building would be better there. I can build on the dirt. It's not a big deal. Let's put all our supply stuff here. Pantry right next to it. Food goes there. People eat. Storage is a little smaller. I'm actually thinking about putting storage behind the houses. And then just sort of do a wrap around. I guess we'll keep it close. It'll move these supplies away. Wouldn't be a problem here. And we'll just wall this off. These can be houses or storage in the future. Nice even number. And we're going to need resources. Yeah, I don't think I queued up enough harvest commands. We're kind of short on wood. Our buddy's still sleeping. And you can see we can build things like horn blowers to try to influence the movement of this creature. And humidity will impact how much water we gather from these air wells. And there's going to be certain climates like deserts where we just can't get water from this, and we need to research more advanced things like cactus by planting those to gather water. The game is quite deep, as I said. They're eating the berries. We have a decent food supply of berries. We might up the worker here. But I think right now we're going to be just fine. Because the beet's going to come in. You can see them growing right. So we have a problem right now. No space for planting. Well, they are also going to harvest. We are moving, by the way. Onbu's up, and we're moving for the first time. He's no longer tired. He'll walk until he is tired again, and then he'll go back to sleep. You can see our little village forming on his back. I am not going to expand the farming plot. Basically, you can turn off planting and harvesting so you don't waste time. But they're not ready to harvest yet. We're just going to keep both on. When they're ready, they will just harvest. No big deal. The farmer will just be chilling for now. 3 people not doing anything. Not the end of the world here. So, as you can see, Pantry stores 50 of all types of food. We have berries, tomatoes, beets, corn, wheat, and then things you can cook. So you can build a kitchen and then cook the berries. Or you can cook the beets and make flour from wheat and so forth. So it's quite interesting. The game is pretty deep, actually. And water is just water. And this is just going to be resources. It's missing a lot of wood. We do have quite a few commands. I guess we can just up the priorities a little. Just so that people get onto it. Harvest season's here and we got more planting going on. I actually think maybe 2 farmers is enough right now. We did 3 just for the mission, but I don't think that's necessary anymore. Yeah, these are coming down. These trees are growing slowly. Almost there. Almost there. You can watch them. But why is this one so slow, but looks so big compared to these 2? Ah, different phases. Okay. So this one's almost ready in the next 100%. We'll cut these off and expand our farm afterwards. We should probably get this research building going because research is a big deal. And we're going to put it right underneath our little town. But because of these things here, it fits pretty nicely, I think, in this second tier. The tree is once again being a problem because each of them have like these 2 slots. I guess right under here will be fine because we only need 1 research building. So here we go. And I think this is going to be very important. So storage is done. Now we're doing research. Kitchen. So we can cook the food that we have harvested. And it's very similar to the card game we played earlier on the channel where you turn like 3 beets into 5 food, right? Into a beet soup that feeds 5. So it becomes more efficient for the food that you have. Just the ice war. Can we cut that? And these tree trunks are very similar to the boulders. In the future, we can build, you know, a sawmill to slowly harvest it, kind of like the berry structure here. Now, right now, we don't have any building to send out explorers, but there are a lot of cool stuff around. There's a mine. There's ways to add new party members. There's going to be events on the road. There we go. So there's a full research tree of things for your village, things for resources, like collecting the dung from our Onbu to use as biogas and fertilizer. So think natural gas for heating and fertilizer for planting. And there's also things just for the Onbu, like a horn blower to decide which way to walk. And you can feed it by farming mushrooms, which makes food for the Onbu and so forth. Early on, we want food for ourselves, so kitchen first. And the build cost there you see are planks and stone slabs. They're not stone and wood. It's new resources that we have to learn to create. It will recruit 2 people as our scientists, so they will have new clothes. It's pretty cool, and when they're working, the little wheel turns and everything. Oh, that tree is ready to go. Cut it. Now. We've been waiting a long time for these trees to go away. And here are the mushrooms. They only grow on dirt, and they're food for the Onbu. That one's ready too. And we can start expanding the plot once we do have all these done. So now we also want a worker post, so they will help us organize our workers. So essentially, right now our workers are basically doing whatever they want whenever there's a job that appears. But you could actually assign certain jobs to them that are just, exclusive for those people. So you can say these two guys are just going to be carrying goods for us. They're our couriers, and that's all they will do. And there's also option to hire people as general workers, and they'll gain a small efficiency to like how fast they can get the job done. Now I'm trying to think of a place to put these buildings because I'm trying to measure out. I guess we don't need a crossroad down here, given how this little horn is kind of weird. I guess we can put it here. Let's do it. These all need to get cut. There we go. Let's just get this built first. Oh, we do have access to these right now. We should probably actually start creating them and start getting ahead of ourselves with the slabs and planks. So, where do we want these? They're interesting shape, which matches the width of these horns, but doesn't fit in between. Not exactly a fish and berry patch. We could get rid of it. I can imagine a road system like this around the horn and sort of just wrap it around. And we get ourselves our carpenters and stonecutters. We will need to harvest these berries. That's not a problem either. It's a lot of jobs being queued all at once, but I'm sure it'll be okay. We have this built. We have 2 workers, and let's make them carriers, but even they think it's kind of a waste, so they want us to do 3 general workers, which does everything, but slightly faster. Ooh, you saw our scientist with its nice little hat. These actually need to go faster. So general workers should look slightly different. Or maybe not actually. I'm not sure if they get a different clothing. Maybe they do. No, he's now a carpenter. They will turn 3 wood into 2 slabs, or 2 planks. Slabs are the stone ones. Let's get this one done, please. Yeah, we're just a step ahead. Is our scientist... Oh, he's eating it. I was like, is our scientist gathering berries? So our research is 50% there. No rush. And I think 1 person right now is fine. We don't have that many, population in total. Food is more important. We do need to keep queuing these. And I guess we do want to also pop out real quick. As you can see, we have moved from here to here. Ooh, there is a ruined settlement. Maybe people can join us there. And we can see different climate showing up on the map as well. Right now we're in this really nice pink area. We do have wood. At the rate we're going with the slabs and the planks, we need to start queuing these. Alright, that's pretty much everything around us. And you can see the background moving as the Onbu moves. Yeah, so I would say things looks pretty good here. Stonecutter, also 1 employee. Wait for the kitchen research to finish. 72% over here. Food detail, everyone's happy. Everyone has some sort of job. The unemployed ones are still doing things. They just don't have like a locational job. Like he's not a stonecutter. He's just going around cutting trees or gathering rocks. Might invest in one more of these to store stuff. Actually, we might need a 3rd farmer. The fields are not full, which is not good. Alright, let's see what other building we have access to. So herbalist is also going to come into the picture soon. We're going to have to make herbs, which will help us take care of toxin issues in the future. And basically we have to plant them. They're very similar to farms. A little bit bigger of a building. I think we can put a herb here, maybe? Doesn't fit exactly there. Trying to find a neat spot for it. Or maybe we can go slightly more north. I think this area is fine. We don't need these berries here. We can just gather all of this. We finish our research and we have recommendations. I do like scavenger hunt, but I think the recommendation of healing poisoned villagers is more important, especially if we run into a bad biome. We can also open up, but the recommendations are quite good. Alright, time to build ourselves a kitchen. So makes berry, beet, and Onbu blood into processed food. So we can also bleed out our creature for food if we're desperate. Obviously, the game ends if our village dies or if the beast dies. So we're incentivized not to kill the thing. But maybe in desperation, we can bleed it out a bit. Yeah, I think this is a perfect spot for it. Right next to the food storage pantry. Build our kitchen here. It will be... Ooh, we have a map event. So we have encounter a small group of nomads looking for a new home, and we're going to pick them up. We're going to wait 5 minutes in case we're tight on resources. We're not. How many do we have? 3 healthy people joining our village. Good. We are going to need 2 new houses for them. 2 new tents. We have it all ready to go. And now maybe we can even go slightly harder on the beet farm. So those planks and slabs are should be coming into the picture. I don't know if we produced enough yet. I guess, there we go. They're coming. I wonder if I should make them into harvesters. Right, back to searching for a spot for our herb farm. I think this area is fine down here. I don't want to overlap with the farm too much. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. And while we wait, we have a crossroad. Now we don't have a hornblower to influence it, so wherever it also just produce some potential done we can use if we had the building. So whichever way he turns, we're just gonna go with it for now. Yeah, those slabs are not coming along. I guess we could up it, because a lot of the newer buildings are going to require these, so faster speed would be better. It looks like we have 5 sort of non-discrete workers plus these 3, so I think like if we do this, we have like 5 efficient sort of unemployed, and we just keep 3 super unemployed. Come on, make the food. We're missing resources. I mean, they're working on it. Someone has to carry it over. There's 2 ready. There we go. He's at it. There's also 2 ready here. Maybe he's gonna do it. Nope. This is all done, which is good. We could get started on the herbalist. I'm a big fan of roads in front of buildings, so we're going to zone that off, even though it does take away some of our plots. We're going to just farm right to its right here in the future. We do have plenty of stone that's ready harvested, but we can always queue up a bit more. Speaking of stone, I mean, it was built later, so it makes sense it's lagging. I think 4 is all we want here. Alright, it's built. We have 1 worker. We don't have any plots. I'm only gonna have 1 worker, I think. Coming together. There we go. So, how many idle do we have? We have 1 unemployed. I'm gonna lessen this up a little and do double duties in the kitchen. We have a lot more berries than beets. They produce the same. It's 3 for 1, 3 for 5 for both. So it's gonna be the same. They can draw from the storage of the pantry. And we can start cooking. Now it wants us to research village doctor, which is actually what we're doing. And we got ahead of it with the herbalists. Alright, now let's do scavenger hunt so we can explore. And we can also build our village doctor. 10 plank, 10 slabs. Gonna take a while. It's also a very big building, which is kind of annoying. Maybe yeah, I think we put it right behind the housing. Village doctor. Makes sense. Except for this side, with this where the stones are. Maybe over here. This side might get creative here in the future. Yeah, we'll see what we do with this little road here. Another big project. We might need more stones. I mean, I guess we do have them queued up. I wonder if I should just pump the 2 last unemployed in here. And just try to get as much of this work done as possible. But that leaves only 3 people to go cut down stuff to get more resources. 1 berry worker. We definitely need more population. That's for sure. Make food, eat food. Look at them taking a bull out. He went straight. Oh, there's a feeding spot for him to eat. So, free mushrooms, we don't have to worry about him. And either... No, the biome's still the temperature went up. He's also getting sleepy. We are in a new colored biome, as you can see. It's actually better. It's a nice and normal temperature instead of being cold. He's about to sleep. And we can speed things up a little bit. Getting close to getting our village doctor up and open. The pantry are storing the finished food as well, which is good. That should be the last one. We should start building it now. Oh, Onbu sits, Onbu yarns, Onbu sleeps. Alright, so it's built, and since there is no toxin right now, you can disable buildings by clicking this button, which means no one will be asked to work in it. And now we must get our scavenger hunt, or hut, but going on to future scavenger trips. Scavenger missions. Still a ways off, so no rush. They are hard at work. Maybe we scale these back a little. Put them here. Tell them to be harvesters. There's plenty of things to actually gather up. Okay, the berry's going quick. I think we switch after this one. We'll get some beet soup going as well. And Onbu sleeps. Music changes. He rests. He's going to just work off that sleepiness, and then he's going to get moving again. Hopefully we can get the scavenger hut going before then. I think we need this soon, just to get sawmill. Or maybe hornblower before that. We'll see what they recommend. this green zone is not only normal temperature, but also humid. So extra fast water collection. Well, we're also on 4 times speed, but it's 150%. There's also a damp climate, actually. Yeah, we're just gonna 4x the speed until we get the research done. We actually don't have wood left. That's weird, given that we are queuing up a bunch of them. I mean, I guess a lot of them are just going to planks, which might be what's going on. Horn blower is recommended next. May or may not follow your order, but if it's recommended, we do it. So, let's see. Where is this exploration? Okay, 1010. Why is there so many X's? Ah, places you can't build it in. It must be on the fringe, it seems. It must hop off the map. I think that's what it's saying. Well, that looks like a perfect spot for it then. That was unplanned, but worked very well. We'll try to get this going. We should have a nice storage of, well, there's 8 and 8. I think that's after we process the 10 required. So it should be pretty quick. Now we just have to find a few workers for it. Let's do general workers again. Wonder how many it's gonna require. Oh, 2 overflow? Yep, even this is... That's okay. I don't think we need to build another one just to store more water right now. Unless we're about to go into a desert, maybe that would be a good reason. But I think right now we're fine. Given this unique shape, I might put a water tanker right here. Oh, it's ready to go. Let's go slow. Full staff required. Go down to open map. Abandoned mine that holds iron ores. Now distance 4 hours, right? Distance to our Onbu is going to be important. I actually think we get some... I mean, we don't have iron ore. It'd be like a new resource. Let's do it. Bring back knowledge from a scavenging mission. Some technology require knowledge. Certain locations, there's just shrines. Okay, we don't have one on our map right now, but we'll keep eyes open for that. Alright, very busy. Do they actually jump down? Like, is there a jump down animation, or are they just on trip already? They're on trip already. Okay, I was like... Should I call these back a little? Oh, 5 Iron Wars. We can do another one, right? That's done. Give me some wood. I mean, if it's only 5, it's actually quite, like, not extremely rewarding, but I guess the trip is fast. And so far seems to carry very little risk. Can someone work on this? It's not super important, I know, but like, it bothers me a little. I'm gonna move 2 of them out. Oh, you have people. No? I subtracted 2 and can't add 2 here? How does that math work? Huh. Who stole that worker? Alright, I'm gonna steal one from there. Oh, no, he came eventually. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I was like, there's no way that math didn't work out. Our Onbu should be walking. He is walking now. 12 wood from that trip. I guess it is quite fast, so we don't have to worry about it being only a small amount every time. $13 stone. Yeah, it's really fast actually. No knowledge, but things going well. And I actually think this is probably a good place to stop things for this episode. Hopefully this showcase here has, piqued your interest in the game. There's actually 2 game keys that were given to me as well to hand out to our viewers when the game officially launches. So the nice easy way to win those is just to leave a comment down below, and I will select the winners on the launch date of the game, so stay tuned for that. And we'll be continuing this series. We'll do the full tutorial run, and then in the future we'll jump back in, play on veteran difficulty to challenge ourselves. It's just a very cute game. There's a lot of potential, there's depth to the game with the research trees and the management. We haven't even got to the toxin part yet, which should be the real challenge, and the interactions with our Onbu, as he's doing fine by himself, just walking and sleeping it off. Not very hungry yet. I think the first hunger with the mushroom on the field is sort of an easy way for us to get through this novice difficulty. And on, later journeys, we'll probably have to plant some mushroom for him, as we see that we have a building for that. Just haven't really got to that point yet. But essentially a farm for mushrooms that's set up for our Onbu. And we'll get to all of those in future episodes. So this will be a new series. It'll be daily on the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. And as always, hit the like button to support the channel. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!